Graffiti. Its origins trace back to as early as the 1920s, when it first appeared in subway tunnels in major cities in the US. Encyclopedia Britannica defines graffiti as a form of visual communication, usually illegal, involving the unauthorized marking of public space by an individual or group. When we think of graffiti, we think gang tags, defaced bathrooms, spray paint over stop signs, messages of anger, slurs, hate symbols, profanity. On the other hand, when graffiti is commissioned, we refer to it as street art, often seen as beautiful and artistic. So then what's the line between art and vandalism? Today, I'm exploring Sydney's graffiti scene to get an idea of the role that street art and graffiti plays in local culture and community. Right now, we're in Newtown, in Camperdown Memorial Rest Park. Although most of the work here is recent, some graffiti on this wall has been here since the 1970s, much of it being politically charged. In New South Wales, unauthorised graffiti is a criminal offence under the Graffiti Control Act of 2008. But there have been several instances where even illegal graffiti has become a permanent feature of the local landscape. One of Sydney's most notable street artworks is the I Have a Dream mural on King Street, which was painted illegally in 1991 by Julie Pryor and Andrew Aiken. The artwork was never taken down by the local government. In fact, it was recently heritage listed by Marrickville Council, who reported that the mural is of local historical, aesthetic and social heritage significance. Now I'm in Surrey Hills, visiting a swing set. Next to it, a mural of a child blowing bubbles. The artwork is rather impressive. I was lucky enough to get in contact with the artist, Sophie Odling, to talk about Sydney's graffiti scene.
So I might start by asking, how did you get into creating street art?
So basically, I always was a painter, but I decided that I wanted to paint on walls. So I did an artist residency in Thailand, and that was when I did my first wall. And then so from then, I just wanted to paint bigger and bigger.
Do you think that graffiti is underappreciated as, I guess, an avenue of freedom of speech and as an avenue for art?
Oh my God, 100%. Graffiti is amazing, it's just the image that it has, but when you actually look deeper into it, there is so much behind it. Also like the roots of it, like what it gives people, in sense of like a community and things like that, if they are looking for that. Also, there's an immense amount of skill that goes into graffiti, particularly like some really like crazy writers, like it's insane. Yeah, I mean, without graffiti, street art wouldn't be here. So yeah, it's definitely something. I think too as well, for some writers, they've been able to translate. Ooh, watch out! They've been able to translate their skills into, say, street art or commercial art, where they can actually make a living off it as well. So there's also that. Oh, totally. I got goosebumps thinking about that one. It is. Like, it's so impactful. And it's like when you go to areas or cities where there are just like blank walls, there's no like, I don't know, there's no substance and culture to it that you feel. Even just like the Bondi Wall, for example, is a huge inspiration because you get all kinds of artists down there, from graffiti writers up to like all kinds of artists.
Before being legalised as a space to create art, the Bondi Beach graffiti wall was costing council $400,000 each year to remove the graffiti vandalism. But then a proposal was put forward in the 80s to turn the wall into a community project. Experienced graffiti artists would foster the skills of young artists, and the wall now costs 1/10 of what it used to. Not only does the wall save council money, but it has become an iconic part of Bondi Beach. The more space we dedicate to this sort of art, and the more we embrace the potential of graffiti as an art form, the more we enable the growth of a more vibrant and inclusive world around us. If these walls could talk, I'm sure they'd say graffiti has the potential for more good than we know.
It's okay.
Yeah.